Paul, 3 points today. As you've just said in the BC interview, a bit of a similar game to Tuesday, but this time we held on.
Yeah, very similar to the Dover game here in the last 10 minutes, the Chesterfield game in the last 10 minutes, and the same again today. It's I think it's important to get the second goal, which at the moment we haven't been able to do at home. That then leads to the nervous 10 minutes of a lot of long throws coming in. I think I counted 9 free kicks given to them, very soft free kicks, but that allows them to get it in your box. And I think Dagenham will probably think they've been unlucky in that last 10 minutes not to get the equaliser. But it took us to score the goal for them to come out, and we had other chances to go to. It didn't happen, and as I said, it's one of those where you got to look at it and say it was an important 3 points. It wasn't the best game that we're going to play or the best game we're going to watch, but that's 7 points now in a week, which is a brilliant effort when you think you've had 3 league clubs here in Hartlepool and Chesterfield and Dagenham. So again, it's a great achievement by the club and by the players. Just reiterate, part-time players against, I think I counted 26 players Dagenham had here with them today. And we got 18, and that probably shows a bit at times. The young ones, why do they come off the 5 or 10 minutes to go? Because they're shattered. Most of them haven't played senior football and played this amount of games in a week even. So your Jonah Youngers has probably never put 4 or 5 games together on a trot. Nor's now and Drynan, and that's probably why people don't realise why you make the subs at 5 or 10 to go. I think the lads are spent, to be honest, but. We saw it out today, which was brilliant because it's important to get those 3-point wins, and it sets us up nicely for a game next week where there's no pressure on points, but the pressure of or the enjoyment of the FA Cup.
Second half, probably for spectators, was better than the first, which never really seemed to get going.
No, I mean the first half was a pretty turgid affair, if I'm being honest. I think we had quite strong words at half time. We felt we were going through the motions a little bit. After actually a half decent start, I thought the first 5 or 10 minutes we looked decent, and then in the last 5 minutes of the first half we started to up it a bit. But it was it was a difficult game when you got 11 players sat behind the ball for them, and there was very little space on the pitch. But no, it was, as I said, it was poor fare, I think, for everybody. But ultimately, it's been good fare at the end for Sutton supporters because they've seen us win 1-0.
And the goal boost from Nicky Bailey, getting a shot on target from distance, and Kieran Cadogan quickest to react.
Well, I think the thing with Bales, and we've got him on free kicks now, is he always hits the target. I mean, he's a very, very good striker of the ball. Personally, I think I've been disappointed if my keeper had saved it like that and pushed it back. I think he should have pushed it away, but listen, you take those. Cool finish from Kieran, good for him as well. He's had 3 or 4 games on the spin now, so he's starting to get right back into his form. I thought Bolanara, as I said, that's his 4th game on the spin now, so all of a sudden the lads that who needed game time and needed match fitness and are getting over their respective knocks. I think Bolanara, Cadogan, Drynan and Younger have all had probably 4 or 5 games on the spin now, so that will help them. But I think the best thing I can take away today is that we've won the game. You take the euphoria from last Saturday, where we played very, very well, differently to how we played today. And you get these games, they're not easy games in the National League, and sometimes there's not great football played. Every one of these teams is fit, they're organised, and if they're going to stop into space, and it's very, very hard to open teams up, and I think that's what we found today. Second half, much better. For 25 minutes we went shorter, got more passes in, quicker passes, and we looked a threat.
And what's the news on Charlie Clough?
Yeah, he's got probably about 8 stitches. It's quite a nasty one. It's going from sort of his nose right the way across to his, and he's got a fair-sized cartoon bump on there. But he's seen the doctor. Good, again, that's one of the reasons at this level it's good to have a doctor, because he stitched Charlie instantly, and obviously we need to see how he's going to react during the week. And
looking at next week, now we've got a week without a midweek game, which you're probably not too disappointed with.
No, it's really important. We asked Graham Starnes, could he cancel the Barnet game? The effort again that we put in this month to then go again on Tuesday against a good Barnet side would have really made a difference in terms of our energy levels for Saturday. So I was pleased it was called off. So were Barnet, because obviously they've got Bristol Rovers at home on the Sunday. But we've watched Slough now twice already. As I said, we always do our analysis. We always make sure we know the strengths of the opposition and the weaknesses. And again, they've won today. They've beaten a good Concord side 1-0, and I'll tell everyone now it's going to be a real tough game. We certainly, if we were playing a league above and went away, we certainly wouldn't think we weren't capable of going to win the game, and certainly Neil Baker and John Arnold will think that their team are more than capable of coming here and getting a result. So it's very important that we play as best as we can, because any reduction in that will see a defeat here, and it's coming down to pounds, shilling and pence this game. It's probably a £60,000 game. I mean, that's what we're talking about, and that itself, as I said, that's the pressure, but that's also that little bit of nervous enjoyment. But the lads will train this week on the back of adding 7 points in a really, really tough league. So I hope we get good support as well. I've got to say that, the season ticket holders, and it's very cheap here to come and watch the game. They need to come in their numbers next Saturday. I want to see 1,000, minimum 1,000 Sutton United supporters in the ground, because I think they'll bring 400 or 500. So it'd be nice to think we've got a 1,500 crowd here, proper FA Cup game. And we just got to make sure that, as I said, if we do our jobs properly, then we give ourselves our best chance.
Brilliant. All right. Thank you, Paul.
Cheers,
Very
Tony.
much.